bleach, a rope, a polar vortex in Chicago. This is MAGA country. I've never heard, I've been to a lot of events, people wearing a MAGA hat. I've never heard the expression, this is MAGA country. And it's ironic because they are perpetuating the myth of white privilege. When in reality, a lot of the times the reason why AOC gets away with what she's allowed to say is because she's a minority. I believe she's Hispanic. To me, it's just ridiculous that they're openly being racist, they're openly being anti-Semitic. And it's loud. For some reason, the left gets a pass for things that would never be allowed for conservatives. The idea of referring to a black conservative as a token, as a coon, as a house Negro, as I often get called, is horrifically racist.
You can't play the race card. If Andrew Gillum was running against CPAC, he played the race card because Ron DeSantis said monkeying around, right? Yo, it's racist. That's not racist. My favorite book growing up was No More Monkeys Jumping on the Bed. Okay. The word monkey doesn't offend me. I'm sorry. My mom used to call us little monkeys when we were kids. Like, I don't know. We're so offended. Everybody knows what monkeying around means. It has nothing to do with black people, okay?
But what's more horrible about it is that she's a sitting congresswoman, and it was allowed. And we have to always, always make noise when it happens, because I think that in many ways it will help to awaken the more moderate Democrats that something has gone very wrong with their party. I feel like it's almost incumbent upon me to stand up for a lot of the people, good, amazing people that are in the Conservative Party that are being smeared and libeled as racists, and because they're challenging some of these people to a debate even. They're being referred to as creepy men, and it's so important that I use my platform to defend good people that are being viciously smeared by leftists.
Merit basis, and we're looking for diversity. So Africans are great countries, and they aspire to be doctors and lawyers and to have opportunities, okay? There are tons of hardworking people all over the world. Don't tell me that we have to open our borders and let illegals in, because Donald Trump is right. They are not sending us their best people. What country in their right mind would send you their best people? I mean, that's just not even smart, right? It's actually not a good policy.
We all watched them put Brett Kavanaugh's head on a stake, and both of the senators from this state of Virginia voted against the Kavanaugh confirmation on the basis of no evidence. There was no evidence whatsoever, and they voted against the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh. Now we have a case that is being brought to light with the lieutenant governor, and the woman is being represented. She's making claims. I don't know if there's much of an investigation happening, but by their very own standards, that should be enough, right? That should be it. He should be done. His whole life should be over if it's within their power to do so. Nothing happened to the lieutenant governor. That's the thing. So what we're seeing unfold here is just the astounding hypocrisy of the left over and over again. It's if you're conservative, they go after you. It's a witch hunt. But if you're a liberal, you get a pass. Wait for evidence. Just wait for the evidence. We can't say anything. We can't condemn them. We saw this with Jussie Smollett case, the exact same thing. I still don't think that they issued anything vehemently strong enough against him. You know, they just kind of wanted to gloss over it and say, oh, let's focus on these other things. I will always be the loudest voice against that. I was, I think, the first person that publicly said this entire story is crap. I tweeted it out publicly, and that tweet aged very well. It aged very well. Someone wrote to me after he came out on Twitter. They wrote to me and said, oh, like, haha, Candace, I see you're remaining silent on the Jussie Smollett thing. And I responded to that tweet, and I said, I'm more likely to believe that AOC is going to receive an award for economics than I am to believe the story of Jussie Smollett. Bleach, a rope, a polar vortex in Chicago. This is MAGA country. I've never heard, I've been to a lot of events, people wearing a MAGA hat. I've never heard the expression, this is MAGA country. So I felt liberated, and it also, in a way, allows us to, again, enter in that conversation about how the culture of victimhood is being perpetuated as a virtue on the left, and this is what the result is.
I think a lot of people that are still on the left and don't recognize that party anymore just don't have the humility in them to admit they were wrong. You know, they've spent so much time calling their friends racist and sexist and bigots, and it's hard to then say, oh, never mind, you know, I had it wrong. But we have to invite them in, because it is hard, and it's a conversation you have to have with yourself first and foremost.
The truth is on our side, so my job is very easy. The idea is if I can get them into a place, the reason why they don't want to allow me on college campuses, and we have to fight so hard to get onto college campuses, and they want to not allow us to have venues, and we constantly have to switch venues when we want to do something, is because the truth is on our side. All it takes is the people standing in the room, asking their questions, and having a series of debates, and suddenly people are awakened. And they do their own research because they want to prove me wrong, right? So if I say to you, Democrat and the Republican Party never switched, you might want to do your research to prove me wrong, but if you do your research, you're going to find that I'm right. And that's going to awaken you. So my strategy has always been to just be a truth teller and unapologetic in terms of never bending to the left when they try to smear me. A couple of weeks ago, they tried to say that I support Hitler. It's an absurd thing to even say. And I will never back down. I will never be silenced by them. And I think that they know that we're getting close. Actually, you know, the story that nobody knows is prior to, I was backstage and I was just doing like a photo with the president, and my fiance was with me, and he was like, "You're getting married?" and, you know, and I was like, yes. And he was like, "Does everybody know this?" And I was like, "No, I mean, yes, people know this is public, but the whole world doesn't know." And then, of course, because he's our president, he decided to make it known to the entire world, and it was amazing. I mean, look, I will look back at that in my life and say, a sitting president of the United States, the leader of the free world, announced my engagement upon the world stage. I mean, is there anything cooler than that? It's like, it turns me into such a dweeb because I'm just like, that was so freaking awesome.